Now, once upon a time, there was a pretty little girl who loved flowers. And she lived in a house with her family, and that house was just a little bit too near the woods where there was at least one wolf wandering around. And so her family told her, "Now don't go out of the yard without any of us there. We don't want you to get gobbled up by that wolf." And she said, "I won't go out, but they're pretty flowers. See? Don't go out when we're not here." "All right." Well, one day, her mother and her father were both busy, and she saw some flowers that were so pretty, and she tried to reach them from inside the fence. They were out of reach. "Well, I can open the gate and walk just along the fence and get the flowers that way." And she opened the gate and she looked back to make sure nobody was seeing her. And she walked along the fence and she reached and got one flower. But the others were still out of reach. "Well, I can walk just a little farther and be almost touching the fence." And she walked just a couple of steps and got another flower. But don't you know those beautiful flowers got more beautiful the farther she was away from the fence and the farther she was into where the woods began. And as she got all the way into the woods, she saw the most beautiful flower that she'd ever seen. And just as she reached down to pick it, she heard, "Where are you going, little girl?" And she looked up, and right in front of her was a wolf. I was just picking some flowers because they're so beautiful. See, aren't these flowers beautiful?" "Yes." "I think those would look really wonderful on my dining room table. I think you and my flowers ought to come back with me for dinner." And the little girl said, "Oh, please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Please." "Well, can you do anything besides pick flowers?" "Well, I can sing a little bit." And the little girl began to sing her favorite song. And the wolf said, "Oh, that's pretty. If you sing to me, I might not eat you." "Okay." And the girl sang and sang. And the wolf lay down in front of her and began to close his eyes to just listen to the music. And when the wolf did that, the little girl quietly backed up one step. The wolf opened his eyes and said, "How'd you get farther away?" "Oh, you're just misremembering. I'm just standing here and singing to you so you won't eat me." "Good, good. Keep doing that." And the wolf closed his eyes again. And the little girl sang again. And she backed up one more step. And the wolf opened his eyes again and said, "I think you're trying to fool me. You better not try to fool me or I'll eat you right here." And the little girl said, "No, no, 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 no. Here, you can come a little closer if I'm not singing loud enough for you." And the wolf crawled a little bit closer and relaxed again and began listening to the little girl. And this time, as she backed up, she started singing louder so that the wolf wouldn't notice her voice getting quieter. And she got all the way to the edge of the woods before the wolf opened his eyes again and saw the little girl backing up. "Arr! You're trying to trick me!" And he began to run toward the little girl. And the little girl ran back toward the fence and toward the gate in that fence and opened the gate and got inside and slammed the gate right in the wolf's face, bonking him right in the nose. Arr. "Well, I didn't get to eat you for dinner, but that was a pretty song. Maybe I'll let you sing again for me sometime." And the little girl said, "Maybe I could do that from this side of the fence, but I don't think I'd better sing for you in the woods ever again, 'cause you might forget your manners, and I'd hate to be somebody's dinner." And the wolf thought, "That's fair enough." But he came back, and the little girl sang for the wolf again, and they almost became friends, except for the fact that he was still thinking of her as dinner sometime. And that's the story of the little girl and the wolf.